everybody, Ryan Harper. I'm sitting here with my good friend, Christopher Friedl. We're at the Nape 2023 Expo. It's wrapping up. We're at the TBC booth with Pump Jack Power.
TBC is Texas Blockchain Council.
Thank you, Chris. And it was just like, Christopher's like, should we talk about? And earlier I was like, hey, we could talk about your path and energy. We could talk about Summit because we have brainstormed a lot at the Summit. If you don't know, Harper Belmont, my company, we've taken over management and preparation for the next Summit. And because I use you or you were friends, I call you up like, hey, let's brainstorm this thing.
Brainstorm, yeah, no.
So that's kind of where we're at.
Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on. So I don't know what we're talking about. But
well, I think it's open forum, man. But I think a lot of it is I think the Summit the past 2 years have been an amazing event, and I think it could be so much more.
Yeah, the past 2 years. I mean, you have conferences where, the purpose of the conference. Everybody that goes to a conference has something different that they want out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you look at a lot of companies that are running conferences, you get companies that are just shilling stuff that's going to be gone tomorrow.
Right.
And I think that because the value proposition for the blockchain summit is the intersection of influencers, people who are they're trying to push policy agenda, guys are building in the space, miners, power companies. You have, those are not small dollar amounts that can have fly-by-nights pop up, and they're not spending the energy to have the lobbying. And so when someone goes to the TBC, you're getting other people around you who are building mining companies. You sit down and have dinner with but you can have lunch or chat with anybody that's really building in the space and that's been here for a while.
Well, that's one thing about the TBC that I would like to point out or I point out all the time, just never on camera, is like there's organizations, trade organizations, nonprofits that pop up all over the place, all over the time. Some are friends, some are you don't even know they exist. But what separates TBC from, I think, all of them, at least in Texas, is TBC has a full-on lobbying effort for the betterment of blockchain and Bitcoin technology in Texas. And I don't think others don't. I don't know what relevance that has, but
I mean, I think there's different organizations, and they're smaller, and they've got other things that they have going on. But I think in Texas there's a lot of resources, there's a lot of energy. It's a unique spot for mining companies,
right?
And
and also there's that we're here at Nape. There's that wildcatting, bravado as well.
Hey, we're like gunslinging, cowboy boot wearing. We're big.
Your Argyle socks. How are you going to claim cowboy boot wearing with Argyle socks?
I just I'm doing better to just be dressed today.
So how would you describe the summit? Like elevator pitch. Somebody doesn't know what the summit is. How would you describe it?
I would describe it as I haven't thought about this, but it's really, if you need to meet with anybody that's building in the space, it is the spot where you can go and bypass all of the gatekeepers for whatever business you want to deal with. So if you want to talk to a publicly traded miner, you want to talk to some of the larger power companies, if you want to talk to an oil and gas company that is exploring what their ESG policy is going to be and how they're going to implement Bitcoin mining into what they're doing, you can bypass all of the bureaucracy and get somebody and just sit there over a cocktail. And so I've had so many conversations with people that they built great things. You have no idea who you're talking to, and I think that's not something that I think that's something that's a little rarer in some of the other conferences out there, just because of the size of it's been tailored for retail. The pitch for some of the other conferences is tailored towards retail. The pitch for the TBC is, are you building? Are you trying to build a political career, and you want to have Bitcoin blockchain as part of your agenda?
Yeah,
you're going to show up to the TBC.
Yeah, that's kind of how I describe the event. First of all, before I say anything, I would like to say I don't speak for the TBC. My opinions are my own.
I don't either. Yeah. I don't,
Yeah, but like, so you have Bitcoin Miami. It has like what, 1 million people that come out to that. It's retail. It's hype. It's fun. There's a lot of like.
There's some great people that show up there too.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not trying to discount. I'm not trying to disparage. I'm not saying that on any level. It's an amazing event, but it's more of that. I mean, if you polled 10 people, maybe 9 are there for the hype, and 1's there to like do the enterprise stuff.
And I think, and all those people tend to know each other. So if you're plugged into the space,
Right.
you know where the after parties are. You know where you're.
Right. And again, I'm not obviously. Who the hell am I to talk about Bitcoin Miami? They're good. They don't need.
Legit.
They don't care about me.
Like Brian's.
You're putting words. You're cutting me off before I can actually get to my point. Anyway, Bitcoin Miami, amazing, but it's more retail. Yes.
Can I talk? I mean,
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think that there are far more builders at the TBC event than, when you go to Bitcoin Miami. I think there's a little bit more of a,
Right.
and there's even some of the other conferences. There's, I think, sorry, I thought you were going to say something.
Well, I'm trying.
No, go right ahead. Cut me off. Hey, we're bad. We shouldn't be doing this.
I know, not to be clear. We couldn't even have a conversation last night because it was my turn. You were taking over your phone. That's shade. We've known each other for like 10 years.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and it's going to stop at 10 years one day.
Dang. Ouch. Hey everybody, Ryan Harper. I'm sitting at the Nape Summit 2023 here in Houston, Texas at the TBC Pump Jack Power podcast booth. And I just wanted to give a couple of updates about the summit and what we have planned. We just went live with our ticketing, and I just sent an email out to, 5,000 plus people to get early bird ticketing. But that's not why I wanted to do a video. One of the things I wanted to convey is what we have planned, what we have aspirations to be, and how we see the summit being moving forward. The last 2 years have been amazing events, and it's been centralized around Texas, centralized around policy, and great efforts in Austin, Texas. Moving forward, we want to have a much bigger footprint. We're going to be in Fort Worth in November 15th and 16th. We're going to be at the convention center. We're going to have a trade show floor. We're going to have speakers that you didn't think that we could get. We have aspirations to get some high quality, high profile people, both in policy, both in political world, and in the Bitcoin blockchain digital asset space. We're going to have workshops, we're going to have startups, we're going to have universities, we're going to have nonprofits, we're going to have opportunities for startups to pitch their products. We're going to have opportunities for nonprofits to kind of showcase what they're doing, their social initiative. Our goal is to include everything that enterprise, blockchain, Bitcoin, digital asset space would want in an event. Bitcoin Miami is amazing. Consensus is amazing. Both of those events have 20,000 plus people, but both of those events are probably more of your retail space. Our goal is to make the summit the premier policy, Bitcoin, blockchain, digital asset space for everyone across the country. If you're an enterprise, if you're professional, if you want to do deals, if you want to make real change, the summit is where you need to be. This video was supposed to be 30 seconds. You're welcome. Anyway, we look forward to giving you more updates, and we'll see you at the summit.